Hi, this is Rachel with Leaping Loops. Today we are going to work up my Pocket Full of Sunshine pouch pattern, and it is great for tarot cards. I can put my tarot cards in there with a lot of extra room. It fits oracle cards as well as crystals. You can hold it, pull the drawstring up like that, or you can hold it with two. So let's go over the supplies. Today I will be using the same yarn that I used to work up the sample, which is Furl's WHIMS Merino Z-Twist, and that is a 50% superwash merino wool, 50% nylon blend. You can use any yarn. Car going by. I've used acrylic, cotton. It all works up really nicely with this. It will just give a little bit of different feel. I was going to say the bottom of this has a cute design on the bottom, so it stands up when it's full. Okay, the other things we'll need is a stitch marker and a yarn needle, and then of course a crochet hook, and I use for this pattern an H hook. I'm going to use my Clover and More today. Let's get started. You can find this pattern on my website for free at leapingloops.com. You can purchase the PDF version as well if you prefer no ads. It is also on Ravelry, and I will link all of those in the description below. All right, so grab your H hook, 5mm, and any worsted weight for yarn. Okay, so we're going to make a magic ring or adjustable loop. If you don't like using that, you can do the chain for slip stitch and work into that ring, but I like to use the adjustable loop here. We're going to chain 2, and in this pattern that chain 2 does not count as a stitch here and throughout, and we're going to make 8 half double crochets into this ring. Okay, that's 8 half double crochets. We're going to pull the end tight and slip stitch into the first half double crochet to close that round. Okay, there's round 1. For round 2, we are going to chain 2 and then work 2 half double crochets into each stitch from the previous round. Okay, so you will have 16 half double crochets for round 2, and once again we will slip stitch the first stitch of the round. Oh, got some yarn barf here. All right. Okay, chain 3. I'm sorry, round 3. We're going to chain 2 again. So now we are going to half double crochet and then 2 half double crochets, half double crochet, 2 half double crochets around. So we will repeat the half double crochet, 2 half double crochets 8 times. So half double crochet, and then 2 half double crochets in this next stitch, half double crochet, and then 2 half double crochets, and then we're just going to repeat that pattern around, half double crochet, 2 half double crochets, okay. And you'll have 24 stitches. You will end on 2 half double crochets in that final stitch, and then slip stitch into the top of the first half double crochet, and that is round 3. All right, so round 4, it's a little different here. We're going to work single crochets, so we're going to do chain 1, single crochet in the next 2 stitches, two single crochets in the next stitch. So we have 2 single crochets, and then we put 2 single crochets into this next stitch, and then we'll just repeat that around, single crochet, and then 2 single crochets, single crochet, 2 single crochets, and then just repeat that around. I'll meet you at the end of the round. Okay, and we finish with the 2 single crochets. Then we will slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round. Okay, that finishes round 4. All right, let me make sure, keeping track here. Okay, round 5, we're going to work half double crochets again. So we'll chain 2 to get that height. Then we're going to half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So that first stitch, oops, half double crochet, okay, so that's 3 half double crochets, and then we will do 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, and then we will repeat that around a total of 8 times. So we'll do half double crochet 3 times, and then 2 half double crochets, okay, I'll meet you around at the end here. Okay, 2 half double crochets and slip stitch to the top of the first stitch. Okay, here we will do another round of single crochets next. I like this, it gives it a nice little pattern and texture at the bottom. So we will chain 1, we will single crochet into the first 4 stitches, and then the next stitch we'll do 2 single crochets, and we will continue that 8 times around. So we will do single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and then we'll work 2 single crochets into the next stitch, and then single crochets into the next 4 stitches, 3, 4, and then 2 single crochets into this next stitch, and then just repeat that. Single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, 2 single crochets. All right, I will meet you at the end of the round. Okay, we will end this round with 2 single crochets into the final stitch and slip stitch at the beginning of the round. All right, so that was round 6. Round 7, we will do another round of single crochets. And it's starting to get that nice shape that I like at the bottom here. Okay, so we will chain 1. We're just going to keep increasing the size flat. So we'll do a chain 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. We're going to really start to get the shape here now. So we're going to do 4 in the next 4 stitches. We'll do one single crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Now we are going to chain 1 and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. So it's really giving us that point there. Okay, so we're going to continue that around 8 times. So we're going to put 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 single crochets into the next stitch, chain 1, 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Okay. Single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, 2 single crochets into the next, chain 1, and 2 single crochets into the following. Okay, so we're just going to continue that around. So we'll do the 4 single crochets, and then 2 single crochets in the next, chain 1, 2 single crochets in the next, and I will meet you around. Okay, I'm finishing my last stitch repeat of this round. We'll do the 4 single crochets, then 2 single crochets, chain 1, 2 single crochets, and then slip stitch into the top of the first stitch. Okay, here we can really see how it's more defined. With an octagon here. So, all right, so now we are going to start. So this is the bottom. So we're going to start building up on our bag. So for round 8, we are going to single crochet into the back loops only. So that will give us a defined bottom, and then we can start going up. So we will, and for round 7 here, we will have 72 stitches total, which would be 64 single crochets and 8 chains, if you would like to count that to make sure that adds up correctly. So for round 8, we are going to chain 1, and then we're just going to single crochet into the back loop only. So right into this loop here. So back loop only. And we're just going to continue this all the way around. and we're going to have a total of 72 single crochets in this round, which means we will be working into the chain stitches also. So as you can see, here's a chain stitch that we did in between the other single crochets. So we're going to just work in the back loop of that chain stitch as well. And that will give us this nice lip there, an edge. Okay. I'm going to just continue working around single crochets into the back loop only, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, my final stitch in round 8. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the first single crochet, and you can go through both loops there. Oh, it's a little tight. Okay. Oh, we'll make it work. Okay, so we slip stitch there. So that is going to be the bottom of your pouch. You can see it's starting to build up now. So we're going to start building the actual pouch part of the pouch, and this is going to be worked in continuous rounds now. So it's a great idea if you have a stitch marker of any kind, one like this, loop, even a bobby pin I use sometimes, or an old small piece of yarn, just to keep track of what round you are on. So we are going to just go ahead and single crochet around in both loops, and this will be rounds 9 through 13, and then I will do a round for you here. Okay, so this will be a total of 5 rounds of single crochet. So we are just going to single crochet in to that same stitch, and then continue working around. And what I like to do is I would put the the stitch marker into the first stitch that you made, and that way you know when you come back around that that would be the first stitch. So when I get around, I will show you how I keep track of that, but just continue working single crochets around and I will meet you back. Okay, so then that's 71 and 72. So we have 72 single crochets. So instead of slip stitching here, we are just going to continue single crocheting around. So we know that this was our first stitch, so we'll remove the stitch marker. And then this will be round 10 now, so we're going to do our first single crochet into that stitch, and then we'll put our stitch marker at the top of that stitch. So when we go around again, we will know that that's the beginning of the next round. So we're going to continue. We'll do 4 more rounds of single crochet here because there's a total of 5. So rounds 9 through 13. So I am going to do 4 more rounds of single crochet, just using that continuous round method here, using that stitch marker to guide me, and then we will meet back. Okay, and this is the end of round 3. This is 72 single crochets. Okay, for round 14, we are going to do a little bit of decreasing. So let's do the first stitch here. We're going to single crochet in the next 7 stitches, and we're still working in the continuous rounds. So we'll add the 1, and we will add our stitch marker. So that's 1. So we'll do 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and for the decreases, we're going to do single crochet 2 together. So here we will do start to single crochet, but don't do the final yarn over. Add another single crochet into the next stitch, and then we will yarn over and pull through those 3 loops on the hook. And then we will single crochet into the next 7 stitches again. My peridot. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we will do another single crochet 2 together, which will be a decrease. Okay, we're going to continue doing that around, and we will have, that will be a total of 8 times around. We will be doing 7 single crochet in 7 stitches and then single crochet 2 together. So that's a total of 64 single crochets when we reach the end of this round. So I will do another one here for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a single crochet 2 together. All right, I'll meet you at the end and we will work on round 15. Okay, we'll do the last single crochet together for round 14. Okay, and now for round 15 and 16, we're just going to continue just single crocheting all the way around in a continuous round. So now round 14 will end with 64 single crochets. So for round 15, we're going to just continue doing a single crochet in each stitch. So we will end up with 64 single crochets. So for round 15 and 16, we'll do that. So we will just, I will do a few. Let me put my, don't forget your stitch marker. That first one, okay, so we'll just work like we did earlier, just plain single crochets all the way around for the next 2 rounds. So we'll do this round and another round, and then we will see where we go next. Okay, so we finished up round 16, and for round 17 we are going to do another decrease round. So we will begin by single crocheting in the next 6 stitches. Just get that there. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we will do single crochet 2 together. And then we will do that stitch repeat 8 times. So we'll do it another time here together. So single crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then single crochet 2 together. Five, 6, single crochet 2 together. All right, and we'll just continue with that pattern, stitch pattern around. And finish off with the last single crochet 2 together. and we will have a total of 56 single crochets in round 17. The next round will just be single crochets in each stitch, and that will be for rounds 18 through 25. So we will do 8 rounds of single crochet in the continuous round. So each round will have 56 stitches. And again, we're just single crocheting around. So this is round 15 through 25. So that's 8 rounds of single crochet. I apologize. Round 26 is also another round of single crochets. So you will do a total of 9 rounds of single crochet with 56 single crochets in each round. The difference with round 26 is we're going to stop working continuous rounds. So we will take the stitch marker out when we get to the last stitch and slip stitch to that first single crochet. So that ends the continuous rounds. So rounds 27 through 29 are going to be double crochets. So the first, we'll first do a chain 3. Now that is completely fine. If you would like to do that, that is fine. And then if you would like a little bit more of a flawless seamless look, we can do a standing double crochet, which I have a tutorial for that, and I will leave a link in the description for that, which I'll go over more slowly, but I will just do one kind of quickly here. We pull up the loop to the height of a double crochet, place your finger on the top of that yarn there. We are going, and don't let go, we're going to scoop around, put our stitch in to the stitch we want to work, yarn over, pull up a loop, and without letting go of that yarn, we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops on the hook. And that is more of a twisted look. It looks more like a double crochet, but again, you can either do that, and the link will be in the description for a tutorial if you need more assistance with that. Otherwise, we'll just do the chain 3, and then we will work double crochets all the way around. So that will be a total of 56 double crochets into each of the stitches from the previous round here. So we are just going to work those double crochets all the way around, finishing up these last double crochets for around 27 and 56. Okay, so now we're just going to slip stitch to the top, either the top of the chain 3 that you did or the top of the standing double crochet. And there we have round 27. We're going to do 2 more rounds just like this of the double crochets, and this is going to be where the drawstring goes. It'll give us a little bit more movement and flexibility for when we close the pouch. So for round 28 and 29 will be the same thing. We'll do 28. We're going to either chain 3 or do a standing or chainless double crochet. It depends on what you want to call it. Okay, and then just continue working a double crochet in every stitch from the previous round, and that will give you another 56 double crochets. To finish up round 28, finish with that last double crochet and then slip stitch to the top of either the chain 3 or the standing double crochet. Okay, and then we'll do 1 more round of double crochet. So again, the chain 3 or the standing double crochet, and then continue doing double crochets all the way around for the entire round of round 29. Finishing round 29 with a slip stitch to the top of the standing double crochet or the top of the chain 3. All right, so this is what we have so far. Should sit up. Oop, the bottom has this nice octagon shape on the bottom. All right, so we have one more round of the pouch. Round 30 is going to just be single crocheting across all of the stitches from the previous round. So we're going to chain 1 and then single crochet in that stitch and continue single crocheting all the way around, and you will have a total of 56 single crochets when you reach the end of the round. Slip stitch to that first single crochet, and then we are done. We will cut the yarn and oops, finish that off with a slip stitch, and we just have to weave in those ends, and then we will just work on the drawstring. Okay, so for the drawstring, I wrote this pattern with a drawstring that is slip stitched into chains. So it looks like this is, let's see if I can get this, which it makes a nice drawstring, but I have come across a much better, easier, faster, I think even better looking drawstring. So I am going to update the pattern and have that. So in case you already own the pattern and are wondering, this is not the way I do it, I will update the pattern and we are going to do it this other way, which I hope you guys like as much as I do. So you're going to need 2 strands of yarn, so let me find the other end of this. For this drawstring cord, we will take 2 strands of yarn held together. You can use 2 different colors and it looks really, really cool. For this one, I'll just do the yellow. I'm going to leave about probably like 6 inches or so to help us with weaving in the ends. We're going to use a slip stitch there. A slip knot, I apologize. Slip knot. Okay, so we have a slip knot on our hook. Now, it feels a little awkward at first, and then once you get going, it can be so quick. So we're going to take one of the strands from the front, and we're going to put it to the back. And then kind of put that over here. Then we're going to take the other strand and go from the back, yarn over from the back, and then we're going to pull through those 2 loops. And then we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to take that same first strand, put it to the back, take the other strand, put it to the front, and pull through the loops. Again, this strand to the back, this strand to the front, and then pull through the 2 loops. And as you can see, this makes a really nice cord. We're just going to continue to the back, to the front, pull through, to the back, to the front, pull through. And we are going to do, let's see, original is 90, chain 90, so yeah, we'll do 90 stitches of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I've done. So we'll just keep continuing. It's going to be very long because it's going to go through the entire diameter of this, and then we want it a little extra for our wrist. So we're going to go behind to the front, pull through, behind to the front, pull through, behind to the front. And you really can get momentum going, and it goes so quick, and I really love this technique, and I love the cord it gives you. It's really dimensional. I love it. So we'll continue doing that until we get 90 stitches. Here is my completed drawstring cord of 90 stitches, and now we will put it through the pouch. We will first cut the yarn, again leaving those scissors are rough. Okay, we'll cut the yarn leaving a long tail, because once we weave it into the drawstring, we are going to attach these ends, which you technically only need one end long, but sometimes it looks a little better to have both going both ways. So after we cut that, we're going to yarn over and slip stitch that closed. Okay, so there is our drawstring. For our final step for the Pocket Full of Sunshine pouch, we are going to use our yarn needle. You can do this just with your fingers, but I find it a little easier and quicker to use the needle to guide you. Okay, can we get both strands in here? Okay, so both strands. All right, so we're just going to use this to guide it. So we're going to use, place this in the second row of double crochets. So that middle row double crochets, that's where we're going to be working. So you're just going to pick any double crochet, and you're going to place that right in between any two stitches like that, and you're going to pull it through. Again, you can use your fingers with this, but it's just simpler to pull it through. Then we are going to count 7 stitches. We're going to skip 7 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to pull it up out of that hole there. Then we are going to count 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then weave it back through. So we're just weaving in and out, skipping 7 stitches at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then come back through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and put it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if we did it correctly, we should have a 7 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that is in there. So as you can see, you go like that and it will pull it closed. So now we just have to connect these two ends. So we're just going to take these ends, and like I said, you probably just need one end, but sometimes it's not straight, so I like to use both sides sometimes to weave in each other. But we're just going to weave in these ends, attaching them to themselves. Also, if you would like to make sure that the drawstring is laying flat or one way, it doesn't really matter, but it gives it a more finished look, so it lays nice. Okay, mine is pretty good. All right, so let's just see here. So we just kind of freehand this. We're gonna I just use one strand at a time. And we're just going to weave these together. And it might take a little bit of messing around to make them even out. But that's all you're going to do. So we're going to attach that. So we're just going to connect them with how many of these strands you would need to make it look pretty cohesive and flat, and then we'll just weave in the ends and weave in the pouch ends, and there you have it. And the great thing about this is you can have it just one, or you can pull both sides up and it has the two little handles there. And this, honestly, I mean, it fits the tarot cards and the crystals, but it could be a little purse, or a children's purse would be so cute, in any color, any yarn really, as long as it's worsted weight. I mean, you could use the pattern for smaller or larger yarn. Also, they'll just be different sizes, which would actually be cute too. So I hope that was helpful. If you do make this, I would love to hear in the comments, or even post your pictures on Instagram and tag me, or I would really love if you went on Ravelry and uploaded your finished projects there. That would be amazing. So, all right, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the Pocket Full of Sunshine pouch.